Hello again. So, I'm finally going to talk about books. Now, I'll warn you, there are going to be some spoilers. So, yeah. And one of the books I don't have, because sadly, me and my friend have to. We share custody of this book because it's so big and so complicated and we want to take our time reading it, so I'll get to that later. Now, the first book I ever read, I read this book in alternative school because pretty much when you were done doing your schoolwork, all you had to do was sit there and read, so. Uh, Yeah, it is a great book. It's a young adult book, but I would suggest it just anybody who's over 25, don't matter. 25. Anybody over 18 to like 25, so. It's written like so beautifully. It makes you think of what it's like to be a kid again, to not sure if you're in love or not. I, and I bawled my freaking eyes out. I bawled out harder with this book than I did watching the end of The Notebook. So yeah, I really do suggest it. Now, these next two books are by the same author, Natsuro Kirino. I'm pretty sure I got that right. My sister gave me this one book when she was book shopping herself, and she just came into my room and just dropped it on my bed. She's like, "There's an Asian girl on the cover. It's about high school kids, prostitution, and murder." I'm like, "Awesome! My sister knows me." It's called Grotesque, and it is literally my number one book. I actually read this twice. I never thought I would ever pick up a book again, like, after I've already read it. But it's just so, like, it reminds me so much of high school, how, like, girls would pretend to be your friend, make you do horrible things just so you embarrass yourself, but that you don't look like you did it on purpose. And, like, what it's like to despise the pretty girl, and she ends up being a whore, and yeah. And the title does say it all. It does go into really deep graphic detail when it comes to certain things. Again, this is my favorite book ever. I wish I could find. I found one online that was signed, and I was so tempted to get it, but oh well. This is great enough. This is my sister's book anyway, so I love it. Really, really, really do suggest you read it. The next book by the same author is called The Real World. Same concept, chapters are the same pretty much. Instead of really chapters, it goes over individually each character of what they're thinking, what's going on at the time, what they're doing, how they react to the situation. It's more of a crime book, but it was also kind of humorous in a way. I don't know. I find some of the stuff she writes, the way these people are, it's so fucking funny. Like, there's this kid, one of the boys, his main character. He is trying to get to the neighbor's clothesline outside because the neighbor's panties are hanging on there. That's freaking hilarious. If I had seen that in real life, I'd be in my backyard smoking my cigarette, watching him. He's so persistent. He's trying so hard. Great book though, very violent, very dirty, so I do love it, do suggest it. The next one, I'm really hoping I don't butcher this gentleman's name with my American accent, but I'm going to try. Haruki Murakami? I'm sure I got that right. Close enough. It's called After Dark. Now, when I read this, I was kind of a little turned off a little bit because it's written so differently. It goes into deep detail of every single little thing, like as if you're walking into a room and how everything is properly set up. It goes, yeah. But it's also like watching a movie, so you have a better idea of what's going on. And it gave me a great idea of what Japan is like, especially at night. And the things that go on, the things that people go through, what the streets are like, and the grocery stores. It's awesome. It really gives you a good idea of what it's like over there. And, yeah, a little suspense thriller. Some parts are a little confusing, but that's the whole poetry and the writing. He is a very great writer. Another one I do suggest. Now, the other one I read, still reading, because how difficult it is called House of Leaves by Daniel Dolinsky. I'm hoping I'm right. But if you've never seen this book, you really, I do tell you, you need to check it out. You need to look at the pictures of the book, especially the inside, because literally, I'm just going to grab a book, just for example. Instead of it being like this, say this entire page is blank. Instead of the word being right here, there might be one word in the middle, or like a small sentence, or in the corner, or some parts right here will be marked out, and to swap back and forth between the pages, it's so strange. Now, at the time I was reading it, it was like reading a love story, but it kind of turned me off a little bit because it scared the shit out of me. I don't like leaving my closet door open, or even cracked, or any door cracked at that. My bed is on the floor. Not just because I like Asian stuff, but after reading that book, it scared the crap out of me. I had to stop as soon as the pages started getting weird because I actually wanted to sit down and like not be interrupted and actually swap back and forth. That way I can understand it all and not miss anything. You know what I mean? So as I keep reading that book, I'll let you know how it goes. Now these two books I got when I got my Barnes & Noble's gift card for Christmas, and I didn't get to use it until recently. And because I'm so into the Asian culture and their cinema, and the fact that I just finished reading the last author's books, Natsuru Kirino's books, I still need to get her one book out though. I need to read that one. But going on, I got more interested. Like, I need to check out more of their literature. So I got this one called Yoko Ogawa. I'm sure that's how you pronounce the author's name. It's called The Diving Pool. Now, I haven't read it. I haven't even gone through it, so I kind of forgot why I had gotten it until I saw it in the mail. It's a novella. It's 3 stories in one. The first one's about a lonely teenage girl falls in love with her foster brother as she watches him leap into a diving pool. Second story, a young woman records the daily moods of her pregnant sister in her diary, taking meticulous notes of a pregnancy that may or may not be a hallucination. Yeah, as you can tell, my reading is still a little off, but I'm also dyslexic. And I hate when the page stops and they put that little dash. I'm like, so I stutter. The third one's about a woman nostalgically visits her old college dormitory on the outskirts of Tokyo, a boarding house run by a mysterious triple amputee with one leg. Now I remember. Now I remember why I got this book. I'm not going to say I'm going to suggest it to right away because, yeah, I'm going to give you my thoughts on it. I'm pretty sure it's great. Just the way the stories are pretty much just reading the plot right here. I'm actually very, very interested. I'm anxious to get to this. Now, the next one I've been on my reading list for a while. It's by Ryu Murakami. It's in the miso soup. It's about some American tourist who goes to Japan and he is into like the prostitute strip clubs over there. I heard they're called pink salons. I could be wrong, but he becomes certain that the guy that's taking around Tokyo is a serial rapist. So yeah, as you can tell, another book I'm going to be really interested in. I've heard good things about this book, so I'm actually very interested. Yeah. I'm excited. So, yep, those are the books that I've been reading that I do suggest, and the books that I'm going to be reading. So, until then, I will be posting on Reply to let you know how these new books are coming out. Until then,